Tonight, more concerns still from those furloughed and former employees.
And this time involving Canoo's CEO and another company he owns. Those employees say had a lot to gain whether Canoo stays afloat or not. News 4's Spencer Humphrey has been following it. He picks it up from here.
So much time together.
You know, there was a lot of great days in there. There was a lot of great times.
So much accomplished.
I watched them do integration and start building the cabin lines. I was strongly under the belief that we were moments away from pumping vehicles out of the doors.
All for it to come to an abrupt end.
And we still fall short.
With this furloughed Canoo employee having nothing to show for it.
If you had asked me that we would end up where we are today, there's no possible way that I could have ever foreseen that.
This employee spent the bulk of his time here at this warehouse off I-40 in Oklahoma City. It was supposed to house Canoo's state-of-the-art electric vehicle assembly plant. A former Canoo employee we heard from remembers helping Canoo leaders scout the site.
I did the walkthrough on that before we ever purchased it.
And that word, purchased, he says there's a bit of a caveat. Canoo didn't technically make the purchase, and they don't own the building at all.
Yeah, Tony has a separate company. They're the company that actually owns the building that Canoo rents from him.
Tony is Tony Aquila, Canoo's CEO. In addition to Canoo, Aquila also owns another Texas-based company called AFV.
It's Aquila Family Ventures. It's a property management company.
We found a copy of the lease Canoo signed in 2023 to rent the warehouse, showing Canoo leased it from a company it described in one of its press releases as an affiliate of AFV.
So AFV is the property owners of the building.
This furloughed employee says the property manager for that Oklahoma City warehouse was an AFV employee, but for some reason drew his salary from Canoo's payroll.
He works for AFV, but he has a Canoo paycheck. So he basically is on Canoo payroll.
He says the building was pretty much an empty shell when Canoo leased it, in need of a lot of work.
Let's just talk about the amount of electricity needed to run a manufacturing facility. When Canoo moved into that facility, there was no way that they were going to run automation with the amount of electrical available that they had.
It's why he says Canoo's lease included a clause, I-40 OKC Partners, or AFV, promising to give Canoo millions of dollars in tenant improvement funds to fix the place up. He says Canoo employees got to work doing just that.
The maintenance team, I watched them work 6-7 days a week from May till September, 10 to 12 hour days, putting in all these structures and saving the company millions of dollars by integrating everything in-house. I witnessed the entire maintenance team install the general assembly line, which, you know, basically is the entire line that builds the skateboards out once the frame is built.
In fact, he says right now the facility has everything in place, ready to start pumping out cars.
If they had the money for parts and they had the money for labor, they could absolutely build vehicles.
And the money part is where things start to get complicated. Remember how Canoo's landlord, that company owned by Canoo's CEO, promised Canoo those millions of dollars to improve the building?
Well, they never paid that money back.
It wasn't long after that, he says, Canoo started furloughing employees and ran out of money to pay the vendors supplying the software to run the assembly equipment. He couldn't understand why AFV wouldn't have wanted to pay Canoo back that money.
You would think that you'd want those two partners to get along and to work together.
And lately, he thinks a lot about his colleagues.
I feel like there was a lot of honest people, and there were a lot of people that cared.
All that hard work they put in, only to come out with nothing.
I'm just praying for all the people that were furloughed.
He also thinks a lot about Canoo's leaders, like its CEO.
My guess is he files bankruptcy and everything that's under the roof goes to AFV, which is a company that he owns, and he owns everything afterwards.
He thinks about their decision.
We borrowed from Peter to pay Paul.
That maybe things could have been different.
Had they paid that money back, maybe we'd all still be there. I don't know.
Now, with all of this in mind, we reached out to Canoo's spokesperson earlier today to see if the company or its leadership would have anything they want to share to us in response to all those concerns we just shared. Now, just shortly before this newscast, the spokesperson finally got back to us, sending us a statement saying the AFV affiliate company that owns that I-40 warehouse, quote, has repaid to Canoo all amounts due for improvements made and services provided to the Oklahoma facility, saying we can confirm the employee referred to was a prior employee of AFV OKC Management LLC and is currently employed by Canoo. So we followed up just a bit ago asking if they could tell us exactly how much that company paid back Canoo and when that happened. We have not heard back.
Thank you, Spencer. Tonight